Hi everybody, I'm Andrew and I'm also known as Kingfisher, as many of you will know, especially those who are in my fishing community, but also, just generally speaking in my everyday life, I associate my email address, for instance, it's Kingfisher and that sort of thing. Those of you who watch my videos, other than the ones who've watched my music videos, will probably know that I am very fond of the great outdoors. When I go on adventures, I obviously need somewhere to stay. And that's become quite an issue over the past 2 or 3 years. In 3 years ago, I purchased a brand new Adora Sane Caravan. Sane being the word that really registers, because it drove me insane. It kept breaking down, lots of things kept breaking in it, the roof lights kept cracking, the handles kept falling off the doors, the shower wouldn't work. It was a complete nightmare. So to cut a long story short about that, I sold the Caravan just over 12 months ago now. So I needed somewhere else to stay then, and so I thought, well, why not try tents? Tents are good, are they? I don't think so now. I bought a tent and it turned out to be too small for what I need. So I bought a larger tent, which was not too bad for 3 or 4 trips. But then one night in Wales, and you know what it does in Wales, it always rains in Wales. It chucked it down all night and I woke up in the morning ankle deep in water. So I hooked the tent as it was onto the tow bar of my car and dragged it up to where the reception area is on the caravan site, where there's a big skip, and I dumped it in the skip. So that was the end of my tenting camping. So that was the end of the season basically last year. So this year now I've got a dilemma. I don't know what to do. I don't know, shall I go back to a cheap caravan, because the old caravans are better built in my view by a long way than the new ones, and maybe just manage with something just basic? Or shall I have a look at campervans? I think those basically are the only 2 options I've got. So with that in mind, and with the, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cough and a bit of asthma at the moment. With that in mind, and with the spring coming in the next couple of 2 or 3 months, I need to start sorting things out. So I've been thinking about whether to get a really old little caravan that I could just drag around somewhere, just dump it on the site, or even dump it on the side of the road or by the side of the river somewhere, and just use it as a basic place to live, sleep and cook cook meals and things. So that was one of the options, and the other option is a campervan, but I've looked at campervans and they are so expensive, they're just ridiculous money. So I don't think that's going to really be an option. So anyway, so cut a long story short again, I've been out and about where I live quite a lot recently, and I've been flying my drone around a little bit, and I've noticed that there's a place, a farm not far away from where I live, and they've got lots of old caravans and they're scattered around the farm in different places. I don't think anybody uses them really. There might be a few sheep in some or some hay in another. But generally speaking, they seem to have been abandoned, and they don't look too bad, some of them. And I thought they might be a bit cheap if I made an offer on one, perhaps. So what I've done is I got together with my friend here. I'll show you. This is my friend Midge. She is a DJI Mini 2 drone, and she's really good. She will fly anywhere you want, even in blustery winds even. She's amazing, and she can fly legally pretty well anywhere I want to fly her. There are very, very few restrictions on that weight of drone. So I thought, well, I'll take her out and have a look around this farm in particular, but anywhere around the countryside, and see if I can see anything that looks attractive, possibility. So that's what I've done. So anyway, I'm going to show you the video now of some of the options that I've been looking at and see what you think. So without any further ado, let's put on the video of the drone footage. Okay.
I am never gonna tell you that will probably impel you. If you know everything about it, you are not gonna like it. But 2 words, then you got it. And 2 minutes later, we didn't know we had started a mind that could speak to another. Designed to constantly see through each other. You love that, you know that. 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 I have thought about this moment. Really thought I could control it. So many chances I have blown. At least I'm not doing it alone. 'Cause 2 words, then you got it. And 2 minutes later, we didn't know what we had started. A mind that can speak to another. Designed to constantly see through each other. You love that, you know that. 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 2 words, then you got it. And 2 minutes later, to mind that can speak to each other. I don't know where we started. 2 minutes later, to mind that can speak to each other. To each other. You love that, you know that. 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 You love that, you know that.
So what do you think of the options that might be available to me? Not bad, some of those caravans, really. The one with the red lower half looked quite attractive, I thought, actually. It looked in reasonably good condition, but I think it would probably need a bit of work done to it and expense. So I'm still undecided in this to some extent, although I have made a decision, actually. But what I am going to do is going to keep the small tent, because if I go to the Scilly Isles, which I hope to again in the near future, then that's pretty much the only way of camping, of surviving over there, even without paying extortionate money for cottages, if you can get one, or again expensive hotels, if you can get one. So tenting is a great idea in the Scilly Isles. You can get a camping pitch dead easy on St Martin's. So I'll keep the little tent for that. As far as my other adventures are concerned, I think I need something a bit more substantial maybe than those old caravans. They could be a bit of a problem in terms of maintenance and repairs and things, and leakages, damp, maybe even damp is quite an important thing. So I've been looking around at campervans, and campervans are completely out of the question. But there is another option, and I want to show you what it is, because I think it's a really good option for me. So I'm going to show you a little video now. The sun's come out, which is nice. It's beaming a massive beam of light across my chest and etc. But Not to worry, my face is all right still. Look. Oh no, it's the other way. Eee. Anyway, yeah, let's get on and I'll show you what I've actually bought one. I've actually bought a camper type van. Camper type bus? Camper, whatever you want to call it. So this is it. Hold tight, I'm going to show you. So what do you think about that then, eh? That is some sort of truck, I tell you. And I think it's going to meet all the requirements that I'll make of it. It's got amazing potential in terms of its flexibility. It's got some downsides, which we'll talk about in the next video. In fact, in the next video, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it, or what I've done with it actually. So I'm not going to have to do a great deal. And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use it. And I think most people will be impressed by them, and they are, because lots of other people have got them as well. So anyway, so watch the next video. One thing I will say before I go, little Midge here, she is incredible. For any of you guys out there who might be thinking of enhancing your videos, or just for a bit of fun really to get a drone, you cannot beat this DJI Mini 2. It is incredible. It's not expensive, but it's as good as, I mean, I've got another drone, a DJI Mavic Pro, which is like 2 or 3 times the cost of this. And it's not much different, to be honest with you. You can hardly tell the difference. I don't use it much. In fact, I might be thinking of even parting with it, but that little drone is amazing. Midge is amazing. Smidge is the other one, by the way. Smidge is the larger one. She's the Mavic 2, Mavic Pro, DJI Mavic Pro. Yeah, that's Smidge, but Midge is the best, I think. Anyway, I digress. That's nothing to do with it. So the next video is going to show my van, what I'm going to do with it, how I'm going to use it. I think it'll be very interesting. So you need to make sure you subscribe, so that you'll get a notification as soon as that video comes up, and you can see exactly what I'm planning to do. And I think it'll be very, very interesting. So in the meantime, ciao, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks. Bye.